Hey everyone, this is Tom from MonTac here, and we are back at it again with the match of the week. Currently, this is for the Pro Division title. Current champion Apoc taking on the challenger Mystfire. This is going to be an incredible matchup. Minismoke is judging. Let's see what happens. Both these guys are Masters competitors, so we are guaranteed a very high-level matchup. Okay, we've got Apoc looking to go second at this stage. Obviously, Apoc, both of them are on 2-match win streaks. Mystfire is a 4-time former pro champion. Apoc, 3-time current pro champion at the moment. So, both have a lot of experience. Both are used to these highly intense situations. Apoc has done incredibly well in the past, in the last few matches, getting those dominant wins over Lucky and Zweistein. The question is, can they do it against Mystfire? So, I have no idea. Mystfire's got a lot of tools. They showed a lot of intensity in their early matches, and they've got a really good shot at taking the crown here. Players just wishing each other good luck now. And the opening roll is happening now. We got a roll of 6. Okay, so this is going to get pretty intense pretty quick. Yep, just need to get Apoc's health down to 5 there. Okay, but Mystfire has the first turn, and let's see what they've brought to the party. Okay, dragons. Okay, that's huge, because that could mean they're not using vigilantes, which was a very big deck. We've got a responsive Titan Destroyer Sword. Okay, so that could mean the Sword Saint is here. Because if the Sword Saint is here, that guy is 6-0 undefeated. Has Apoc taken up this persona? Because if he has, this match gets very intense. As you may or may not know, the grand final was won by the Sword Saint in dominant fashion, 2-0ing Lucky in that matchup. It was a very brutal match indeed. But now Apoc has to continually decide whether they're going to bring out this persona or if they're going to switch back before with some other decks. So this is a Rogue Destroyer Dragons is what Apoc is known for with this Sword Saint. But we're going to see if they're actually using this or if that was just a mislead. So we've got dragons from Mystfire. This could mean Mechanized dragons. They did go into those a little bit previously. But would they use that kind of deck here? I'm not sure. They're going into a couple of players here. Descend the dragon. Descend goes there. Grabs. It's pretty solid play at the moment. No health gain for Apoc, so that could indicate a quicker strategy that a Mystfire is aiming for. But we'll have to see. Going into Xerxes, then they've got a roll of 6, remember, so they can play basically anything. I'm not sure if that's a good thing. Because that does mean they can't really impose, can't get any burn damage right off the bat, so that is a little bit lackluster, but who knows? This does allow them to go completely nuts with it pretty high. Okay, we're looking at Mechanized Dragons. Ooh, why would they pick Mechanized Dragons to take on Apoc? I guess it's not Vigilantes, but it might be their other deck they chose was the best. This is going to be interesting. Apoc's not responding to much, so it could be that they're not actually running their Rogue Destroyer Dragons. They could be running something completely different. Tiberius, holy smokes, Mystfire is getting incredibly aggressive. That's 6 attacks on the board with that Tiberius. We're getting their health up. We've got a Mechanized at 2700, Xerxes 1800, and a Tiberius at 1800. Oppression. Okay, Oppression, that's another Destroyer. So we're looking at a Destroyer deck at this point. He's not going to just use that for no reason. Is this the Sword Saint is the question. I'm going to need to see a Recovery. And I'm going to need to see potentially a Dragon. Recovery would be a Rogue Beast Recovery, of course. If he uses that card, which is the trademarks play of the deck, then we might be in for an incredible, this might be pretty insane. No attacks on Mystfire, of course, for the first turn, they can't attack, but they are looking pretty formidable when their turn gets back to them. Okay, pass it over. Let's see what Apoc's going to do here. Roll of 3. They're taking their time, trying to feel it out. Kalidas. Okay, so this is not Rogue Destroyer Dragons, which means, is this Starlit Otherworld? I have no idea what Apoc has brought to this. But this is definitely not Road Destroyer Dragons. However, that could be a benefit because Mystfire probably anticipated a Road Destroyer Dragon matchup. But he's going to have to play this very well now. Fire and... Okay, so I think this is Starlit Otherworld. I think it's Starlit Wrath Otherworld because he's dropped the Crime Partners, which I know is Otherworld, of course. They're doing the Star Thruster plays, so they're trying to buff up the Crime Partners. They'll have a lot of cards to add. So it's going to be very interesting to see, do they go for the attack already? What is their current roll is a good question. They are on a roll of 3. Okay, we got some Titan plays from Mystfire. Just going to get rid of that for you guys there. I'm not sure how this is going to go, but we've got another Descent hitting the field. That would be the one they recycled. Because they did the first one on the last turn. Let's see. Okay. Okay, more cycling of Titan. Okay, this is going to get pretty intense pretty quickly, depending on what he's running. I believe Starlet is inbound, which will give him about 10 attacks, which means he is going for the OTK. What power level is... Currently it's at 2,000, that for Crime Partners, so he's going to need to get it bigger. I guess he could bounce Mechanism level 3, which would be pretty good. And if he does, then that does leave Mystfire pretty wide open. So it's definitely confirmed, but this is Apoc's OTK deck, so this could be over pretty quickly. He's taking a little bit of time with his turn, so this means that the match could be over this turn even, if he sets up the right play. But he's facing down 3 dragons that are at around 2,000. Oh, the corrosive play. He's going corrosive. Oh no, this is insane. Oh, that's 4,000 each with the corrosive fire and smoke. This is it. He's going for the OTK. The champ is looking to end this early. Holy smokes. If he drops Starlet, does he drop Starlet? Mask of Delusion. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Holy smokes. He's just got rid of the Tiberius. How could he get that other fire and smoke out? It's still a 6. How's he going to get that out? Deltro. Oh my gosh. The play is coming. This is it. He's been preparing for this for the last few matches, and now he's got it ready for Mystfire. Is he going to seriously try and attempt to OTK the 4-time former champion? Mostly known as by a lot of players as potential greatest of all time. He's going to try and finish the match super early. Holy smokes, there's no way he's actually done this quickly. Can you imagine? Can you imagine Mystfire going down this quickly? We did have the tough Sparrow matchup, but that was pretty unusual. I don't think Mystfire's ever been OTK'd with anything else other than Sunwalkers. At least this early in the game. Mask again! This is a trademark of Apoc. It's an incredible play, and they're going to deal with... Mechanism? Ooh... Oh my gosh, I think Mystfire's done. There's no way Apoc has just completely clutched this. I think we're barely into the matchup. Most games should go for about an hour, title match-wise, but has Apoc taken this down in less than 15? This is insane. He's looping Deltro. This could be lethal. If he drops Starlet here, then it's definitely lethal. He's going to conflict. He's not going to push the Starlet play, so this is not... looking... Actually, it is still lethal. Well, yes, it is still lethal. because the corrosive hits, Xerxes would go, drops Mystfire to 8, and that follows up with 8 more attacks. Would be lethal. Mystfire doesn't have much in the perish pile, but they should have an Aethel Red at this stage. They not have Aethel Red. They need Aethel Red. Aethel Red would get them out of the situation, but I don't know if he's running it. Ooh, Troshan Guard comes down. Okay, Mystfire has survived. Whew, okay, I thought that game was over for a second there. I'm not sure why Mystfire didn't go the Aethel Red play. Okay, we've got a roll of 3 now. Mystfire gets to retort. Let's see. Okay, going to level 1. We've got a response on level 1. That's pretty... Okay, no, letting it through. Okay, so they're going to have to get level 2, get to level 3, helps them unbrick, because then they can get to level 4, and level 4 will deal with all of this. I'm not sure why... Why would Apoc let that? 10 minutes left in the matchup. They're imposing some stuff. I bet it's probably a Cupid, I would bet. Yeah, okay, they took the damage. I'm going to bet that's Cupid, because that would definitely mess up the board right there. Another imposing. They're going to take it. They're blocking it again. Another impose, third pose in a row. They can either let them play the card regardless of class, or take a health point. So they're going to go Oppression here, responding from Apoc. So it looks like they're probably going to go the Titan, get some health points. Yep, there we go. That's going to get them a draw as well. Hopefully they can help them get the cards they need. But Mystfire definitely needs to press the advantage here. They've got him down a couple health points. Are they going to oppose again? Oh my gosh, there's a 4th impose. So... Okay, Tiberius apparently is coming down. That's double attacks. I don't know if that's going to be as big a deal because of the fact that Apoc's power does just outmatch Mystfire at the moment. Okay, level 2, but okay, this is pretty good. If they can set up level 3, then this gives them a lot of options. Level 3 will be a 2700 monster, can deal with a lot of synergies. Okay, level 3 is back. Very nice. But the issue is going to be, can they keep this guy alive? Because I'm not sure, I still can't be rid of a fire and smoke, so they're going to need specialty removal. They can deal with a few things, but they're not quite having the advantage yet. The corrosive fire and smoke is really nice from Apoc, but now their health is getting lower, so this is going to be more and more of an issue as the game progresses. Safe to say these guys are not messing around though. Okay, so multi-attacks on the mechanism, it's very nice. Looking at second deck, I guess you go Aethel Red here, but that would leave you pretty wide open. I'm not sure. Aethel Red, it's coming. Here comes Aethel Red. Yep, Aethel Red hits field, but do they sack the 5? If they do, oh my gosh, they're sacking 5. Oh, they're getting rid of 5. That's a huge gamble. That is a huge gamble. Okay, so we're going to see here. Aethel Red's now at 8,300. Okay, so they're going into attacks. Does this go through? Because if it does, Apoc's now in a bit more trouble. They're going to have to deal with this Aethel Red somehow. 8,300 Aethel Red is also very, very dangerous. It's going to hit 7 attacks, so Mystfire, technically, do they have lethal? I believe they do have lethal. Okay, so has Mystfire turned it around for their own OTK? Oh, that's a big play. Uh-oh. Okay, good. Whew! I thought they were going to pick Mechanism there and make the huge mistake of that. That's a big play. That's a big play. Okay, so Vixen's going to go up to 4,300. The discard and the mill from Vixen's going to be pretty big. It's a great defense in this scenario. I'm not sure what Apoc can do really to win the match on the following turn. Oh, he just made it no timer. Oh, that was the best case scenario. That was the best case scenario. That was the best case scenario. That was the best scenario. 2 monsters and a tactical, which means that Vixen's going to gain 3k for each one, plus time removed and additional attack. It's at 7,300 with 2 attacks. Not enough to deal with Aethelred, however... That's a good point. Aethelred still can attack through. Was he potentially hoping to get higher? Is this already too big? Has Aethelred pulled it off for Mystfire here? This is looking very dangerous indeed. Maybe he didn't think it would get... I don't know, because even getting the second monster on that Vixen was very lucky. Do you just Wargear it here? Wargear makes a lot of sense. But do you waste that on Aethelred? I guess so. I mean, it's the best. It's the biggest thing coming. So it's going for Vixen. And we're going to see what Apoc ends up choosing to play. I guess Wargear here forces Aethelred to use the sleeper skill. But then you know that Mystfire is going to respond with their own Wargear, which means Vixen's still probably dead. But it would stop the OTK at least. Okay, no, he's letting it through. Okay, so he's not overcommitting. He's definitely taking his time, but Aethelred's still got a lot of attacks. So is he just going to let Aethelred blitz his whole board? Still 4 attacks now, 3 attacks left on that Aethelred. Aethelred's looking pretty dangerous. I don't believe it's lethal anymore. Okay, we've got 3 more attacks on board in total. Okay, so we've got 3 attacks in total. They're going for some wound damage. Is Apoc taking it all? He's taking all 3. And then he's going to use regen after. So he's going to drop from 4 to 1 and then gain 2 to go into 3. So that's alright. They've evened it up now. Corrosive isn't going to be much use. I definitely think things are not going according to plan for Apoc right now. I just think he needs to find a way to deal with Aethelred without giving up too much. Death Soldier would be great here. Roll of 3, they're going to impose something. Now, Mystfire is low on health due to that Aethelred play. Taking the damage pushes Mystfire even lower. Doing it again, a new impose. I think that's got to be Cupid. Dropping to 1. Going Lady Luck. Okay, so drawing more cards is pretty nice. Okay. We'll have to see. Okay, regen for 2. Mystfire goes back up to 3. So regens are being used. This means there's not much defense against the specialty removal. So Apoc's going to need to find a way to get out a card that can take Aethelred. I would be expecting Cupid here. This is where we really see if Apoc's deck is up to scratch and whether he's really brought a deck that'll be worthy to be interchanged with the Sword Saint. We've got Star Hand now, so it looks like he may have abandoned the OTK at the beginning. He may have abandoned the OTK. He might be just trying to figure out a late game play here, but he's going to give 5 health away with this play, giving Mystfire to 8. I just don't believe... Especially that's happening. Okay, so that is a very good play there. Very, very good play. It's going to force the sleeper skill on Aethelred. Even if Mystfire regens Aethelred, their power will not go up to 8,300. It will instead go to 33. So sleep skill and Aether Red is pretty crucial here. Getting Tiberius back here is pretty nice, but we're going to need to see Mystfire pull off something pretty big here. Yeah, okay. Mystfire's just informing that if he does get regen that Aether Red, we'll only get the attacks back. It will not get its power back. Actually, that's true. Tribal Hammer would get the power back because it's not tactical, so that's true. That's a good point. That will mean that Mystfire is likely to run Tribal Hammer. That's pretty intense. Oh, here we go. Serpent. Fire and Smoke. Is he going to attempt another OTK here? Surely he does. I mean, that's got to be the play, right? You drop your entire deck. You go on to Starlet. Means you don't have to pay anything because it requires you to mill, but if you don't have any cards, it just, you get it for free. It's a huge Fire and Smoke, big enough to deal with Aether Red, even if Aether Red gets boosted. But is there a way that this thing can finish it? Starlet, here we go. Starlet is here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 attacks. 9 attacks, Corrosive Fire and Smoke. This definitely seems to be Apoc's last ditch effort. But Mystfire has access to level 4, which will kill Crime Partners. So unless he uses Mask here, I believe he loses. Unless he runs Mask, I believe Mystfire can't do it. I believe Mystfire will be able to block it. But you're going to need Mask, Apoc. If you do not have Mask in this matchup, it is over. He's already used both Masks. I don't think Apoc wins this match. I believe he's been left wide too open, and I think, unfortunately, it looks like the OTK strategy here has not paid off, because now level 4 is coming, and that will be enough to deal with most of Apoc's deck. Okay, so that's not looking good. I'm not sure if Wrath can do this. So it's at 10 attacks that Fire and Smoke, because it gains a 9 onto its normal amount of 1. So it's big enough to deal with Aether Red. That's corrosive. But now, as soon as he gets past that level 3, we're going to see level 4. Why would you... Okay. Surely he's aware of the level 4. Surely he's aware of the level 4. He'd have to be aware of the level 4. Is he not aware of level 4? Mystfire will definitely drop level 4 here. That's the right play. But he's losing Tiberius too. Okay. Interesting. Is he just waiting to be more dramatic? Potentially. But this is looking... So Apoc would definitely know level 4 is around. So what have you... What's the play here, Apoc? That's the question. Invictus is not the card. Level 4 is the card here. Level 4 is going to mess up that board badly. Level 4 is very bad here. And that's going to take out Crime Partners. He won't come back. It won't come back. That's a huge play there. Okay, so Mystfire has completely dealt with both OTK attempts from Apoc. This is looking like the champion will be dethroned, but can he finish it? Tribal Hammer. And that brings level 4 Phoenix back online, which means next turn they can board wipe again against an OTK deck that is incredibly strong. Champion doesn't seem too deterred though, so there's got to be something they're planning. What are they planning? We've got a roll of 2. What could the champ be planning? What can he do? What can he do to win this match? Okay, Ferex hits the field. This is pretty big here from Mystfire. Okay, Dragons of Feather. Gets rid of Ferrorex. I assume they're bringing back Tiberius. Gives him multiple attacks. Looks like Mystfire is looking for lethal. Interesting, interesting. This is a huge misplay from Apoc, but we're going to have to see. Maybe they've got something planned that we did not expect. They've barely touched their asset pile, so there's got to be some plan. The question is, what's the plan? Okay, Vixen comes down. Tiberius goes down. That'll make Vixen already too big for the Phoenix at 4,300. Got to be a tactical. If it's a tactical, really good. Okay, very good for Apoc. There's 7,300, no timer, double attack Vixen. They can give that thing Starlit, but surely that's not enough. I mean, if they get, they'll just get Mechanized level 4 again. So okay, this is definitely going into extra time, I would anticipate. Roll of 6. Apoc really just has to threaten with Vixen, and they'll have to be forced to use Mechanized. If he plays any extra board, he risks losing everything. I believe they got to use Starlit though, so I'll just let Mini-Smoke know there. But we're going to see here how this... So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. More milling there, so it's pretty dangerous. A lot of big cards there lost. Mystfire's got a free board here. 3 cards left in both players' assets. But there's a huge 7-card deficit in the deck. Dragon's Fire comes down first. Using it for a bit of a searching is really good here. I'm not sure how this match goes, because obviously Mystfire does have the advantage, but if they press with something from asset and Apoc can deal with it quickly, they're going to impose Xerxes. So I did get a 6, that's going to allow them to play a lot of different cards here. Xerxes is coming down. Xerxes is going to allow them to play a class 5 or higher dragon. There goes Ferrorex. All these monsters coming down. I assume the board weight from Apoc would be pretty big. Still in main time, so this is not lethal. Okay, they're taking the damage. Apoc drops to 1. The champion is at 1 health point. Is a potential that we see a new champion here today. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Titan goes away. No cards left for Apoc. They're going to need something huge here. Insidio is a big play. Insidio is a great play in this situation. Mystfire will still have the board wipe from Invictus online. But this is a very good play. This is a very good play. They can get a lot of advantage off of this. Mystfire has to choose which of their dragons they're going to send to the Perished pile. Do they have a Xerxes already in Perished? I don't think they did. So they don't have access to... Oh, they do. There you go. There's Xerxes. So they do have access to Rapture Dragon. So he's definitely going to Rapture Dragon here. You can notice because he's got the Xerxes in play. So as soon as Insidio attacks... as soon as he attacks that Xerxes, he is going to Rapture Dragon. Mystfire is going to Rapture Dragon. so we can see here. Can he close out this match? Goes with Xyz. I'm surprised Mystfire did not respond there. If he had used Starlet on Insidio there, he would have been a bad play. Because then the Rapture Dragon comes down, no more Starlet left. There's no more attacks that can be given, and he's going to need that Starlet to really close out the match. Imposing more stuff. So here comes Cupid, isn't it? It's Cupid, isn't it? Yep, okay. Looks like Mystfire has closed out this match incredibly well. Very technical standpoint here. And Sierra just drops down 1950. This is looking absolutely brutal. Looks like Apoc tried to get it done twice with that same deck. Roll of 3 at the moment. Is there anything Apoc can do, or has the reign ended here? We got Arathor. Okay. Arathor's not a bad play, but it's unusual in this situation. It's a defensive place, that's good. I guess he'll get Insidio back at the end of the turn. But he's definitely forcing Mystfire to use a lot of resources here. And Mystfire is coming off very strong at the moment. Apoc needs to figure out something. They're just counting up how many monsters that Apoc has. I'm not sure how Apoc wins this match at this stage. Of course there's the Starlet Wrath, but it's not going to be higher than 7,000, and that's Mystfire's Utopia Dragon at the moment. It's at 7,000. He's going to crash the Insidio. That's an unusual play. Why would you do that? That was definitely a misplay. You would easily crash Insidio in that situation. Why did he do that? Okay. Maybe there's something I'm not aware of. Insidio goes back to Apoc. Isn't timer at 2? Okay, so that's going to get back up. Okay, so Insidio's back online. That's a good play. This will force Mystfire to play something from asset, but then, what happens? We're going to see Rapture Dragon. We're just having a look at Insidio now. Okay. Okay, so we're just having a look here. Yeah, Insidio will be a decent amount of power at the moment. Okay, so having a look now, they're going to use the shuffle back, which will deal with the Dragon Cupid. But I don't believe Mystfire is in any danger at the moment. They've got so many different responses. Okay. That's going to boost up the Insidio quite a bit, but again, Rapture Dragon comes down here. So once Rapture Dragon goes down, that's multiple assets dealt with. I think Mystfire just takes over from that point. There's only 4 cards left in Apoc's deck. There's not a whole lot left. But you never know, anything could change Here comes Rapture. Rapture was the best play you could make. You would have to play Rapture here. If you didn't, I would be very suspicious. Okay. We are now in extra time. Ooh, that's unusual. Why would they do that? Is this game? Is this... That's lethal! Mystfire gets it done on the very first turn of extra time. That is a 5-time champion. Congratulations, sir. Very well played. Pretty incredible matchup there. Very technical and took it down. Congratulations, sir. That is the match. We have a brand new pro champion. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Tom. I'll see you at the next one.